Hello, thanks for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. And today we're looking at Unit 3, Quiz 1 Study Guide. Alright, first we'll look at the domain. We want to find the domain. The domain goes from left to right. It goes to negative infinity all the way to this line here, which is positive 4. So the domain is parentheses, negative infinity, comma, 4 parentheses, because we don't include the 4. Now let's look at the range. All the possible output values, how low to how high. It's going in between here. So the lowest it goes is negative 6. The high it goes is negative 1. Let's see if I put that. Negative 6 to negative 1. It doesn't include negative 6, and it never touches or passes negative 1. So the range is negative 6 to negative 1. Intervals of increase and decrease. Let's start with increase. Does this go up? It doesn't. It just goes down. So there's no interval of increase. Interval of decrease. Like I said before, it goes down. It starts to go down at negative infinity and continues to go down to about right here, which is 4. So negative infinity to 4. Now let's find the intercepts. Where does it cross the yellow line here, the x and y axis? There's no x-intercept. It doesn't cross the x at all. The y-intercept is at 0, 2. Let's take a look at another problem. We want to find the domain. The domain is how far left and how far right. So this is going straight down, but it's not going like straight down. It's going to the side. It's leaning to the left, and it's going to keep going to the left for infinity. So it's going to negative infinity. Same thing as it goes up. As it goes up, it's going to the right, and it's going to the right, positive infinity. So the domain is negative infinity to positive infinity. Now let's find the range. How low does it go to how high it goes? Same thing. It's going to be negative infinity to positive infinity. So our range is negative infinity to positive infinity. Intervals of increase. It's going to go up, starting on the left infinity and to the right. It's going to constantly go up from left to right. Just keeps going up. So that's from negative infinity to positive infinity. So that's negative infinity to positive infinity. Decrease. Does it go down? It does not go down from left to right. So that's none. There's no interval of decrease. Intercepts. Does it cross the x and y axis? It does cross the x-axis here. So the x-intercept is at negative 1.5 and 0. You could tell it's going to cross the y-axis as well, but I'm not sure where that's going to be at, so I just put not sure. Alright, let's take a look at this one. Here we have a table. We want to find the domain, the range, intervals of increase and decrease, and intercepts. The domain. The domain is all the possible x values. Because they use an x here, I'm going to assume that it's continuous. So it's going to be all of everything between 0 and 3. So the domain is going to be 0 to 3 in interval notation. Range. So the range is going to be the y value, so the f of x. I'm going to go from the lowest to the highest. So the lowest is 63, the highest is 95. So we're going to go from 63 to 95. Intervals of increase. Where does it start to go up at? Okay, well, it goes from 80 to 95. That's going up. But then it goes from 95 to 63. So from 80 to 95 and from 63 to 90, it goes up here. Those are intervals of increase. So you got 0 to 1 and you got 2 to 3. So I got 0 to 1 using a bracket for the 0 and a parentheses for the 1, parentheses for the 2, and a bracket for the 3. Now intervals of decrease. The decrease, where does it decrease at? From 95 to 63. Okay, so it's going down. And that's going to be from 1 to 2. And we're going to put parentheses on both of those. Alright, now the intercepts. We only got one. X is 0. And when x is 0, y is 80. So that's the y-intercept. We don't have anything showing y being 0. Alright, let's look at another problem. Oh, again, no x-intercept. Alright, now we're looking at a graph. We want to find the domain, range, intervals of increase, decrease, and intercepts. Okay, so we're going to find the domain, and the domain is from here to here, as far left, as far right, every possible input value. So we got -5 all the way to 8. So we got -5 to 8. The range. The range is all the possible output values. So how low to how high, and that's going to be -4 to 1, -4 up to 1. Intervals of increase. Where are the intervals of increase? Where does it go up at? It goes up here. Alright, that starts at this number to this number, which is 0 to 5. Intervals of decrease. Where does it go down at? There's two of them, from here to here and from here to here. So that is this number here, -5 to 0. So I have that one. I put a bracket on -5 because we got a closed-in circle. And then 5 to 8. So I put a bracket on the 8, and I got 5 to 8, parentheses around the 5. Alright, now let's find the x and y intercepts. Where does it cross the x-axis and the y-axis? Cross here, here, and here. So we need those points. They are 0 and -4, 3 and 0, and 8 and 0. Now let's take a look at some more information on this same problem. We want to know what these things mean or what the values are here. So we got f of 3, and in f of 3 we have this point here, which is at 0. So this is saying x is 3, what is y? Y is 0. On C here, it's saying f is -5, which is here, right? X is -5, and what is y there? Y is -3. So we put -3. Now here it says what is x when f of x is 0. In other words, when y is 0, what is x? So when y is 0, what is x? So y is 0 right here and here. And at those two spots, which is 3 and 8. Okay, and what is x when f of x is -4? Alright, what is x when f of x is -4? So they're saying what is when y is -4, what is x? Alright, so y is -4 right here. What is x right there? 0. X is 0 right there. Alright, let's take a look at our last problem. So here at the beginning of the month, Robert decides to start a book. He's reading, it's got 600 pages, and he's reading 30 pages a day. So what you want to do is make a table. So we've got the days and the pages he reads. So you might want to pause the video here. See if I can extend this a little bit further. Pause the video right here and write down all of these so that you have these numbers. But at day 0, he's got 600 pages to read. 1, 570, and so on. So I'm going to write out everything here, all the features. The domain, which is 0 to 20. But since it's 0 to 20 and we're not doing anything in between, these are going to be discrete. So I want to show just the 0, the 1, the 2, and whatever day it is. Alright, now we're going to find the range. The range is all the possible y values. So 600, 570, keep going, all the way to 30 and 0. Intervals of 30. Alright, now we're going to find the interval of increase. Well, this is going down. The pages that need to be read is going down. So there's no interval of increase. Interval of decrease. Okay. It's going to go down since the beginning all the way to the end. So from 0 to 20. Minimum. The minimum is the lowest y value, which is 20. So at 20, 0, that's the minimum. Maximum, the highest y value, that's going to be 0 and 600. Alright, next what we want to do is understand what this means in context. So you're going to have at f of 10, that means x is 10. You go to 10, what do you have? You have 300 pages to read. Alright, at f of 0, we plug in 0, what do we have? 600 pages to read. And what does it mean when f of x is equal to 360? That means when y is equal to 360, which is about right here. That means we've been reading for 8 days. 8 days of reading. And that's it. That is a review for Unit 3, Quiz 1. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's video.